Hello, I'm Johnny. The purpose of this video is to convince my professor, Gerald Kirko, to take this Pearl Export Series drum set from 2015 in exchange for a Ludwig Super Classic from 1976. Like I said, this is an Export Series drum set made by great people at Pearl. It is a 6-ply poplar Asian mahogany blend crafted by the people at Pearl. Pearl is a very trusted company. Drummers like Todd Sucherman from the band Styx, Jeff Porcaro, who played with Toto and Steely Dan, and others, and Stewart Copeland from the Police, all trust this brand of drum. So you're hearing the drums right now. I'm recording with 5 mics. The kick drum has a Shure Beta 52A on it. The snare has this Sears 7467 on it. I got this for $20 off of eBay, and it actually sounds great on snare. The overhead, I'm doing a mono overhead. It is a AKG 414 clone that I built in class. It sounds great. I also have 2 rooms up. One of them is a dynamic, one of them is a small diaphragm condenser, and they sound good. And the reason I'm not doing close mic is because this mic setup is really giving you the sound that you would hear in a room. This is the true sound of the drum. I'm not processing it any crazy way. I have a little bit of EQ on each mic. The kick has a little boost in the lows, and it's taking out a little of like 100. The snare has a little boost at the top. The rooms I think are flat, but they're panned hard left and right, and that is all you will hear. Let's go over the sizes of the drums. The kick is a 22 by 18. The rack toms, this one is a 10 by 7. This one is a 12 by 8. And then the floor tom is a 16 by 16. The snare is also an export, but it's from the 80s, and I'm keeping it. This is mine. I have a snare that goes with the kit, and we can talk about including that or not. I'm using all Remo heads. The toms are all coated Emperors. The kick is a clear power stroke, and the snare is a controlled sound coated. And these heads are probably 5 or 6 years old, so they've seen some wear, but I can still get a good sound out of them. I'm muffling them with a t-shirt that I cut up, so you can see on the toms it's kind of draping over both of them. And then on the floor tom, I have binder clips on the rim to keep it in place, and same with the snare that kind of controls the overtones and everything like that. The same can be done with moon gels. I just don't have any moon gels. Or you could do sticky hands. I just don't have sticky hands. But the same effect can be done with moon gels. So why is this a good fit for you or for Arizona Christian University? Well, I've heard you talk about how you want the sound of advanced band to go towards gospel, and the sizes of the Ludwig 12-inch tom, 13-inch tom, 16-inch floor tom, I think they're just too big for a gospel sound. You won't be able to tune them high and get that crisp clarity that you get from a 10-inch and a 12-inch rack tom. We'll also go over the shell construction with the 6-ply very modern bearing edge. You're going to get a more clear and more punchy sound with the export, whereas the Ludwig is very vintage, is very old, it's worn, and the bearing edge is more rounded. You don't get as much punch with that kit. This kit can also do a lot. It's very, very versatile. You can do the big worship tom sound. You can also do a gospel sound, you can do a pop sound, you can do a jazz sound. Whatever you want, it will do it. Whereas the Ludwig is kind of a one-trick pony. It has that vintage sound, and that's what you get. This kit is also from around, like I said, around 2015, so it's going to be more modern, more durable. We both know that there is a large variety of people that come into ACU and people that will use your kits. And a lot of them don't know how to take care of a vintage kit. Whereas this kit can take some punches, it can take some dropping and setting up, tearing down, a lot, whereas the vintage kit is more fragile and you have to be more careful with it. And this could be your travel kit. It would be a really great option. The hardware is more robust. The drum shells are more robust themselves, and you don't have to worry about it getting damaged. They're going to be able to take a beating far more than the Ludwig. This kit also looks more modern. It looks cleaner. The Ludwig has some wrap falling off of it and cracking, and it just looks old, whereas this one looks more modern. It looks put together, and if you're traveling with it, it's going to give the school a better look than the old vintage Ludwig. Also, just looking at your collection, you have 2 Slingerland kits from the 70s and 1 Ludwig from the 70s. You probably need a modern kit just to add variety to your collection, and you can get more sounds out of your drum set collection. Now, Gerald, I know you specifically like more punch and more crack when it comes to drums, and this will get you there. The Ludwig is more round and soft and vintage and not as hit you in the face. This kit can get you the punch and the crack that you desire. So I'm selling you on this kit. I'm bringing up a lot of really, really good points. But why don't I want this kit? Why do I want to give it away? Well, you know that I am an old soul myself. I really enjoy vintage drums, vintage mics, older recording techniques, the vintage sound, and so that's why I want the Ludwig. I really like that sound. I really enjoy the look of it. It's got a cool vibe. It's also a size thing. I don't love the 10 and the 12-inch rack tom thing. I really enjoy the 12-13, which the Ludwig has. It just fits my musical desires more. It's also a look thing for me. I find a lot of inspiration when I look at the Ludwig and when it's in front of me, and it looks really cool. It's got a good vibe to it, and I feel like I'm Ringo Starr, and it makes me feel awesome. This kit is great, but it's modern and it's not my vibe. It could be a lot of people's vibe, but it's not mine. So in conclusion, this would be a mutual benefit. The school or you, your studio, whatever you want to use this for, would get a larger variety in sound. You get to attain more modern sounds with this kit, and you also have the Slingerlands where you can get the vintage sound. Especially if you keep it at the school, that the school is heading towards a gospel sound. Especially if Isaiah joins advanced band next year, he definitely will want a more punchy sound than the Ludwig or the Slingerlands. And you're also not losing any money. You got this kit for free. You can give it away for free. You can get a and get a newer kit for free. You can have confidence that I'll put the Ludwig to good use. I'll play it all the time. I'll probably keep it in the studio that I eventually own so that it doesn't see as much road wear or damage. I'll preserve it, I'll play it a lot, and it will be heard on a lot of songs depending on how successful my career is. That's my pitch, and I'm going to let you hear the drums a little bit more. Thank you for your time.